Hello and welcome to What the Headcrab episode 9. Come on, be honest. You thought that you were never going to see one of these again, and let's be honest, maybe I didn't too. Anyway, so here we are. So sorry it's taken so long to record another one, but I've got a plan, and the plan is to do weekly shorter shows, or shorter weekly shows, whichever way you want to put the adjectives, and we'll see what happens. I mean, perhaps if I've only got to do, like a 5-minute show, then it'll be easier for me to do. So let's begin. What's been happening in the Half-Life SP world lately? Well, ModDB. There hasn't been much happening in the last week or so, but here's what I found. Faded 2 months later. So we'll start with this one. And I don't really know much about Faded, so yes, we got it. Thanks very much. I don't really know much about Faded, as I just repeated. It's all new to me, but the black and white screenshots look interesting, but I have to be honest, his style of writing is so depressing. I mean, if I start with the summary, it's like, I don't really know where I'm going with this mod anymore. I'm just going to probably throw some ideas out and see what people think. And that's kind of like, it makes me feel like that robot from that movie. What was it? Oh my god, how terrible is that? I've forgotten the movie. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It was like Marvin, that's it. Oh, I got a brain the size of a planet. Nobody appreciates me. And I kind of got the feeling that, the author is kind of like, he's so depressed about everything, and he doesn't seem to have a clear idea. Or if he does have a clear idea, he's not presenting it. So here we go. We got another one of his posts, or her posts. To be honest, I don't know who it is. It's like, oh, I broke Source 2013, but then I fixed it again, yay! But then something was missing, but then I found it again, yay! So anyway, I'll follow it, but the pictures look the same as the last one, so I'm not really sure. I'll follow it, but I'm tracking it anyway. So let's have a quick look. There are some demos available if you want to sort of muck about and play around a bit. So there we go. My apologies to the author for making him sound so sad. All right, Crypt is dead. Ah. All right, so got a video here of the author explaining what happened, why it happened, and I mean, as you can see here, the author is pouring his heart out, and you'll understand why if you watch that video. But it's a shame because any mod that dies is a shame. But I mean, check out the images here. I mean, some of these things look pretty cool. It's hard to get like coloured images not to look sort of too tacky, and this one, it does a good job here. This sort of the blue is just right, and all right, okay, anyway, so it's gone. So if you want to, you have to watch the video to find out all of the reasons and everything. So there you go, another one, another bod bites the dust. All right, let's open both. Oops. Yeah, let's open both of these up. All right, now I'll be honest, I don't really want to understand all the minutiae of all the details going into the photogrammetry, or however you pronounce that, to do with making models and stuff. I mean, it's interesting for the people who are interested in it, but for like the regular user, I just think it's going to go over their head, which means that they won't understand it, or they're not particularly interested in it. I'm not, but it makes it for an interesting article. I think it's good when authors explain what they're working on. It helps other modders, improve their work or change the way they work. So keep following that. I mean, they're working hard, but I'm kind of a little bit worried that they're focusing on the little things, and what's going to happen to the actual mod itself. Are they going to keep building it or just making it look prettier? All right, here we go. Raising the bar. We got two articles from them. First of all is lessons that they've learned. So you might have noticed that there was recently a copy of an uncorrected Raising the Bar book was sold on eBay, and then somebody scanned them and released them, and you can find them in all sorts of places. And the team here was reading how things worked, and they decided to change the way they work. So they're really doing it authentically. And then you've got some gameplay footage here. I won't play it within this video. Video within a video would be quite funny, but you should check it out. But this definitely caught my eye, which was kind of like the pick of the episode in a way. That concept art is great. I love concept art. I mean, I know you can't turn every concept art or piece of concept art into a map, because it's just not that simple. But if you've got something to aim for, you've got a theme, it's kind of cool. So in general, as you probably know, I'm not that interested in the recreations of the betas and things, but you know, good luck to them. I want them to succeed. All right, next is BSP to map. This is a tool that allows you to take a BSP, which is the sort of the final version of a map, and then turn it into a dot map, which is a file that Hammer can open. I'm new to modding, so I don't know if it's good. You know, there's some comments down here. Sorry about the other things on the web. Talking about, you know, it doesn't work very well, or yes it does, or, you know. So anyway, if you're into mapping and you missed that, you might be interested to test that out. Next up is Leon Brinkman has released his VMF files. Oh, I think I put RMF files. Yeah, I did RMF files. I'll change that before the episode's released. His VMF files for his mod. He's got 37 of those map files available, which means that you can sort of dig in there and see how he did things, or you know, use some inspiration to manipulate some of your ideas in maps and mods. I think it's good when people do stuff like this. As long as there's something interesting to learn and people don't steal it, then people should do that. There's no comments on that. People should be saying, "Oh, thanks for that." I'll try and upload those to my server and link to them in the closures page on my site as well. I'll try and get that done too. All right, next one. All right, so Half-Life update is dead, but then the next link should be, or is it? So I'll fix that before it gets released. Basically, I read it really quickly. He can't do what he wants to do because he's using the Xash 3D engine, and then he's manipulating that engine or something like that. Maybe somebody can correct me in the comments, but essentially he can't do what he really wants to do. So it looks like he's really... this post is saying it's dead, it's over, I'm finished. I'm so sorry, I can't continue because it's not going to work. And he's released it on GitHub, so if you want to check out that, you know, which is a shame. But if we just go back to the articles, there is an article afterwards which basically says, okay, maybe it's not dead. I can't use the Xhash, but maybe I can do something with the GoldSource, and it's going to sort of be devolved. It's going to go back to 3.5, but not 4. So that's good, because I mean, I was following this one. Oh God. Okay. So if you're interested in this mod, check out this 3.5. But it's a shame when these things happen. But this is, you know, legal things do happen, and you know, we just have to. I mean, it's easy for me to say you should have been more careful from the beginning, and you know, that's not very nice. But it would have been good if he'd have checked it first. But yeah, okay, he didn't, and that's it. Alright, so Game Banana. Didn't find anything on Game Banana. There's a bunch of skins and weapons and all sorts of stuff, but in general I don't find that SP mappers are interested in those. SP players are interested in those kind of things. Not as much as multiplayer people are anyway. So, can't add anything from there. Maybe one day I'll try messing about with those things. I don't see the benefit of changing a weapon, but some people like it, so, you know, good luck to them. Alright, that's it. Can you believe it? We finished an episode, the shortest episode ever. I think that this is going to be the future. I mean, there's less and less things being updated, especially if I try and do the next each one weekly. But maybe that's the way to go. It's just like a short video and then a short podcast, and you just get the latest information. Maybe I can add some stuff about what's been happening on the site as well. We're done. That's it. And so, until next time, remember, finishing Half-Life is just the beginning. See ya!